Good morning, Pokey Crew. We're here at Ted's Pokepon this morning. We've had a lot of views and new subscribers and some new customers over the weekend who've bought through the website. Thank you very much. We're here to tell you a little bit about ourselves, how we got all this started in Pokemon, and where we're planning on going. So to start off with, my brother Michael and my brother Gabe, I'm Ariel. We run Ted's Pokepon, part of Ted's Pawn Shop here in Norwood, Ohio. And the one who was really into Pokemon to start was my brother Michael, so I'll let him talk.
Went from starting out at one case, we can show it here in the picture. What?
7 display cases now.
Yeah.
Well, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Okay.
Math.
Yeah, that's good. And we'll show the new cases and everything we put in. But like pretty much like everybody else, 151 brought me back into this. Started buying stuff again with my friends and opening it. Going around to a few other card shops around Cincinnati and was wondering why I was paying $50 per ETB when I could get them on Amazon for 28. And then we talked about it and ended up getting a distributor. A few things led to that. Mostly we had like a partnership with a guy for a little while who had a distribution and just didn't work out. So,
Well, it didn't work out because we were paying too much to make any kind of profit off the stuff that we were buying from him. And that was back when it was still a bear market in Pokemon and things were cheaper. You could find them way cheaper online. And so I was able to call around 2 distributors, and since we did have a brick and mortar already, we were able to get a distributor on the second call we had. And we're very fortunate that we did, because now we get allocation. Even though it's smaller, we'd like it to be bigger, but I'm not going to complain. And our distributor, unlike other distributors, still actually has stuff on the list every day. It's just you're going to have to pay close to market price to get it. So you got to decide, can you make enough profit there or not? Sometimes you can't, and then you just can't order what they have there for that day. But the biggest thing for us was getting that allocation. So we do have sealed product as well as a tremendous display of singles. And you were able to get us a Japanese vendor, so we can get Japanese, which this week we'll have Mega Dream coming in, hopefully in the next couple days, to be able to sell the new Japanese high class set. But this has just been absolutely tremendous growth since we started it in February of 2024.
yeah. So we started this, one of the main things we wanted to do was be at better prices than everybody else. We're still able to do that with our initial allocation. But when we first started, we were able to even sell ETBs at the $28 mark or 30 when we first started out. Yeah.
It depended on the ETB.
Right. Thank you. So yeah, some we were still able to sell at that mark. It's fun working with your brother. It's really fun. Now,
where do I come into this?
we'll talk about.
So the growth here has been tremendous in this. I will openly admit that I was a doubter at first, skeptical. But I guess the proof is in the pudding when the sales now from this are approaching every month now 20 to 30% of our gross sales a month for the whole shop. So the growth has been tremendous. So you guys just did a little legwork, called, hustled, and found distributors, right? Just pure hustle.
Well, it was a couple phone calls, but the main thing was we already had a business set up that was legitimate. He looked into it. He looked at our regular store website. Obviously, I hadn't built a Pokepon website yet for us. Basically, they wanted to make sure you were a legitimate business that was going to be able to continue to buy them. You weren't just going to be a flash in the pan. And now, the last time I talked to him about it, he said he had a list of 200 legitimate businesses that were on a waiting list to get distribution or even be able to buy cards from them at all. And those are real businesses that are ready to go, already set up, not just people who are calling. So the reject pile, I'm sure, is like, if there's 200 on the list waiting, there's probably 20,000 rejects.
So it wasn't just, a little bit of luck, but it wasn't only luck that got you to be able to have brand new sealed product, right?
Well, no, it's because we're a business that's been in business for 40
an
50 years.
And so that was one of my concerns early on, is that the attention to this would take away from the other part of our business here, our main business still, which it's still a concern of mine with some people in this discussion that the concentration is now towards this. And it takes away a little bit from other things we do, but the proof is in the pudding. I would have to say so.
To go back a little bit further in our business history, my dad and grandpa, when they started the business, they started a corner grocery store business and then also a general store. They sold hardware and other items as well. And the corner grocery store business was kind of dying. And in the early 80s, when there was a gold and silver boom, they went to the state of Ohio to get a gold and silver precious metal dealer's license so they could deal in that. And the guy suggested they just get a pawn license so they could deal with gold, silver, and anything else. Well, they kind of liked the idea of that. And so that's what they did. And it wasn't easy at first. Like they were literally taking money out of one register where somebody just bought groceries to bring over to the other register to loan out to a person on a gold ring. So it hasn't been that bad with this because Pokemon fits right into our business model. We do buy and sell things, but we also do loans on things, but we have the cash to buy the single cards or the collections and the means to display them and sell them.
Okay, so a couple of questions, or
Yes.
a comment first and then a question. So having a brick and mortar, being established with a retail presence already, it's a tremendous help to start this.
Yes.
So questions in general about the Pokemon business, because you guys are way, I don't know anything. How can a standalone card shop open right away and make money doing this? It doesn't seem like it would be possible when you put in all the business expenses to start this. And let's be honest, the margins on retail stuff it's not great. I mean,
or your allocation is so small that you don't make that much money, even if you are selling at market prices and not MSRP like us on new releases.
So how are all of, like you just mentioned this, Michael, there's another card shop opening somewhere.
Yeah.
Is it all getting spread too thin? Is there going to be a market correction as far as how many retailers are out there? Will the Pokemon craze ever end? So I guess that was a two-part question.
I don't think it will ever end as far as the craze goes. There's going to be a correction where it's a roller coaster, right? We've talked about that a lot. It's going to dip down at some point. How far? I don't think it's going to go to the bottom. I think that it'll get to a point where you're able to go out to the big box stores and find product on the shelf again at good prices. It'll get back to that at some point,
Okay.
but I don't think it's ever going to bottom out.
So one of your two ideas, which we kind of hinted at a little bit, is that when you get an initial allocation of a brand new release, you're promising your customers that come in here, that they are going to get that at MSRP.
Yep.
So you're still going to continue to do that and stand by that, right? Initial release, initial allocation, MSRP. And a lot of people don't understand that you probably can't do that when you get your second lot in, because the distributor, the cost to get them goes up, right?
Correct.
Over MSRP.
Yeah,
Over MSRP.
Distributors look and see the secondary market. They're going to make as much money as possible as well. So their prices
They've
go up.
been in the business since Pokemon started, so
Right.
I have no problem, especially when they're getting cut back on what Pokemon gives them because things are getting spread out to. There's Pokemon at Menards now. There's Pokemon at Lowe's. Ace Hardware carries
Dick's
Pokemon.
Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods carries Pokemon. So there's no shortage of Pokemon out there. It's just the prices are jacked up right now because of the demand.
Yeah.
Now there will be certain products that I believe will be. They've cut back on making as many of them, and that's booster boxes. When we first got into this, I would look at his list every day, and it was Scarlet Violet Base, Obsidian Flames were $80 to $90, but you could go on eBay, and there'd be card shops trying to blow them out for less than that. So I mean, asked my guy, I said, listen, why do people need to come to you when you can go on eBay and you can get the blowout from the card shops? He's like, well, he goes, a lot of those card shops are trying to raise capital because they didn't have enough money to buy their allocations, and so they're trying to blow them out and raise capital for the next set. And he also said that's not good in the long run because you're losing money. They're losing. They were selling for less than they got. So I believe that Pokemon's current strategy, just what I've seen play out, is they will still make booster boxes, but they're not going to make as many. I even asked my guy. He said there will be 1 or 2 print runs of booster boxes. There will not be 3 or 4 like you saw in the Sword and Shield era, and they would drop the prices down ridiculously. The reprints that are happening now are happening in the ancillary products, like the Salamence Reshiram boxes where there was 10 packs for $50. Those Walmart releases where they had like 8 packs for $20.
Yeah, that was just this
That was just this past weekend. that is where your reprints are. If they just reprinted booster boxes, those would be snatched up by the case full or by the booster box full, and so maybe 1 or 2 people would get them instead of spreading it out to 10 and 20. So that's where your reprints are going to be for the foreseeable future in my eyes, because if there's booster boxes sitting around, nobody wants to buy the collection boxes or anything else. So that's why they're not going to produce as many.
We didn't answer your second part.
Second
Yeah,
question.
I think the market is pretty saturated with game stores and card stores opening up. That's going to affect it a lot. There won't be as many around in 5 years as there are right now.
Just with any business, these places that are opening up, if they're undercapitalized, they will not be able to survive when the price dips down closer to market, and because some of these shops don't have distribution. Some of these shops do go to big box stores and try and buy as many as they can to resell for double or triple their money. And when that ends, that's going to be a real problem for these people who are used to selling at way above market price and couldn't make it way above MSRP. And when the market price dips down back to that.
And so I think you've explained this to me before, but you talked a little bit about where you did baseball cards back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
There was so much of that stuff printed that it's ridiculous. I mean, we still sell boxes of it. So is there any chance that Pokemon is oversaturated right now with the product that they produce?
Not because there's a new factor in the demand, and it's rip and ships. And there are more rip and ships than ever before on all the different platforms, Whatnot, Drip, YouTube, people with their own private channels, Twitch, that kind of thing. There's so much product being opened right now. The burn rate, that's why the demand is so high. Pokemon still can't keep up with it. And then, people are going to blame the evil investors. Well, the evil investors don't like buying booster boxes at $250 to $300. The collectors just want to find something, and so they're waiting in line for hours at Target just to get a box. Lucky if they do, if they don't get cleared out before that. I'm glad some of the bigger stores have started doing limits like we have on allocation. But the demand is so much higher than even a few years ago when we weren't in it during the Sword and Shield era, because of that factor of there's so many people who that's their side hustle. They do a Whatnot stream every night. And, so they have to go out and pay, say they're paying for a newer or like an expensive set, $12 a pack, and they sell it for $15. They're not making much, but they have to buy it to have it to sell to keep their stream going. And that's where the demand is so much, Pokemon can barely keep up with the supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a little shift.
Sure.
So just in the last week with the new release, and we had a delayed release because it got delayed, but we had big lines for both the releases we did. The UPC boxes this past weekend was huge.
Yep. Easily our best day ever by far.
So that probably helped, but it seems like your viewers, your views, your subscribers, just in the last 2 weeks is gone. It has gone way up. So what do you attribute that to? People were they were so interested in that UPC and the new release.
And there are people who are just sick and tired of the madness and not being able to find anything at a good price. So if they saw a shop that was actually selling at a good price, they liked it. And there was a lot of likes on those videos and a lot of comments. And I was glad to see some people were like, hey, my local shop sells MSRP too. And there was others, that weren't as lucky depending on where they're at. And then everybody's mad at, the big, store we know that has thousands of locations.
Some interesting comments.
Interesting comments.
Like if you get a chance, go onto the videos from last week and
the shorts,
and check them out, and also some of the comments. It's really fantastic when you get
it all helps.
When you get positive and negative. It just feeds. Everyone uses the word. It feeds the algorithm. Like if people are liking and commenting,
that was some guy's comment. He just said algorithm.
I appreciate
it somehow
that,
gets into other people's feeds or whatever. But so we're pushing to 1,000. I think we're going to do it this week.
We might get to
1,000 real subscribers. I mean that's pretty cool. Yeah. You figure once it hits that it's going to. Each video we do now, whatever it is,
I like that. We've been throwing that we around a lot lately.
He's all in now, people.
It's 1,000 plus views, and I think that's because that's legitimate subscribers.
It's mostly subscribers, but the algorithm also pushed it because just people are, like I was saying before, people are sick and tired of just the way the market is right now. And so anything kind of positive, and I do think that things will start to come down a little bit because I think GameStop overplayed their hand with that $200 price on the UPCs when the market price was only $180, which they said they were going to be at first.
Okay.
But they're a big corporation. They could drop those to 100 or even less, and I'm sure they'd still make good money because I know they probably got a better price than I did.
We all like to talk, but man.
Yeah, right? You noticing that?
I love it. It's all right. It's all right.
Fighting
It's what he's
I'm
passionate
fighting for my
about.
life over here trying to get a word.
It's what he gives high fives
Every
about.
video.
And, so let's maybe bring it in back.
Okay.
So short term December. Are there any new releases from Pokemon this month?
There will be, hopefully, if they actually get to the distro on time, some of those collection boxes. There's a Mega Venusaur EX Collection Premium box and a Mega Kangaskhan. Did I pronounce that right this time?
Yeah,
And then
and then there's a battle deck, a Mewtwo battle deck that was supposed to be out 2 months ago but delayed because of production.
okay, and you guys have a big promo for customers December 17th?
17th.
December 17th.
All right.
What is it? We're going to stay open a little later that night, so 5:30 to 7:30. Is that correct?
We
December
usually
17th.
close at 5:30. We open at 7.
Huge Christmas giveaway. One of these guys can give the details on everything we're giving away there. But so that's a promo to our customers. There's no strings attached. You come in. If you come in once a day, you get to fill out an entry form to win it. If you buy something, you get 2 a day. So
the Pokemon.
there's no strings attached. You don't have to. You don't have to do like
no purchase necessary.
No purchase necessary. No membership. No nothing. Right.
No membership.
No membership.
Now,
Okay.
and listen, I don't want to knock like some of the stores that have been around for a long time and haven't been established, or online places that sell above MSRP.
Why not?
Listen. They built their brand. They're allowed to price. It's their business. They can price it whatever they want.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, for newer shops that are smaller and are trying to attract customers, that's a great way to attract customers. Give better prices. Shocking, right? But
it's working.
It's working. It is working.
Which it is working.
The pudding, back to the pudding.
Yeah,
and the
proof pudding.
The Pikachu pudding. Yeah.
Pudding, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then so short term December giveaway.
Yeah.
Let's keep sales rolling, and then long term. What's next year bring? The new year.
Next year, I need to. I need to try and get our allocation up, and there's only one way to do that: is you got to buy more from the guy and hope that Pokemon actually produces. They have not been putting as much into mainline sets, I don't think, as the ancillary products, because we've been getting way more of the ancillary products than the mainline sets. We've kind of been stuck at 20 trainer boxes.
So like so what you're saying is like when people here have like a funny idea of where other capital should go, it should come towards Pokemon instead of those funny ideas.
That could be a whole nother
Put
video.
the capital where the growth is.
Whoa! I can't believe it. That's crazy.
Alrighty. Anything else? You guys got anything else? Because I got to get back. I got to do some stuff for our.
We're going to talk for a little
business.
while. If you need a split, you go right ahead.
We are.
Yeah,
We're
let's
good.
keep
Just
talking.
wants to keep talking. Yeah.
All right.
Are we pivoting again? Can I pivot?
Pivot.
So if people didn't know, we're all brothers, right? Mr. C, if you saw him in the videos with the white sweatshirt on and the earring, that term was coined for him about a year ago.
Yeah.
We did a video like this, and some of the comments were great of like, man, I wouldn't want to work with that guy. I'd go crazy. Like, what a jerk.
The arrogance.
Little does he know that this is not your normal work environment. Like, the back and forth insults and banter wouldn't work at many places, but when you're working with family,
here.
I'm human resources. Come tell me about me, please. Come tell me how bad I am. But anyways, it's actually an advantage because we work together as brothers every day, and there's been assaults, there's been verbal assaults. There's been other things that happen, but at the end of the day, it's kind of forgive and forget. I think. I mean, sometimes something might linger, and then like 2 years later, Ariel will bring up something that happened 2 years later. But that's all right. So it's a little different. But anyways, back to the Mr. C comment, which originated the character. I don't think that guy fully understood that I was being adversarial there, maybe to a degree with some humor. But he thought that I was maybe just like a manager, like you guys got the dumbest idea I've ever seen. You're both fired. No.
Well, let's be honest. For a while, you did think this was the dumbest idea ever.
I did.
And I will admit,
I will admit
when we made our first Pokemon sale, we did take the cash and kind of throw it.
You did. Yeah.
Threw it at you.
Can you do the gif of the Marvin Lewis head shake where he's like that? That was Gabe at the first start.
we'll
Every time
do that.
somebody
We'll put that in there. That was me. That was me. And then also, you got to put that comment in about Mr. C.
I'll try.
So the character of Mr. C is going to be featured in more videos and stuff. I feel it's pretty good. It's fun. Have a little fun with it. You know, we're having fun, people. We have senses of humors. So. But keep the comments coming.
Senses of humors. That's all your different personalities.
Well, I meant plural.
Right,
you guys have one too.
We got
plural.
Not just I have a sense of humor.
I have to say though,
senses.
Who cares? You are really leaning into this Mr. C, and you love it on release days. You love it.
And how often is he checking the comments over the weekends?
Mr. C, if you leave a pithy comment, Mr. C may comment on your comment.
On that, thanks for watching.
Thanks for subscribing.
Like and subscribe.
No,
that's just cringe. You just don't say that.
Thanks for everybody that came in on Saturday for the UPC release. Yes. That was awesome. It's great to see a big crowd like that, and we hope to keep growing this.
Thank you to all of our customers and all of our new subscribers and viewers. Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Bye.